All right, next we're going to hear from Paula Swaner Sargetakis, the co-owner of, she can pronounce her name better than I can, obviously, the co-owner of Frog Bench Farms, which is a sustainable urban farm in Salt Lake City. Frog Bench produces a wide range of food for local markets and community programs with a focus on regenerative practices adapted to an urban environment. Paula, thank you so much for being here, and come on up. Thank you so much, thank you.
Good evening. Can everybody hear me all right? Good. So Frog Bench Farms. A lot of people, the first thing they ask, why do you have the name Frog Bench Farms? Well, I've always loved frogs. They, when you said canary in the coal mine, frogs are the canaries above it, outside in the land and the water. And I've just always been drawn to them. Our farm is up on the bench in Salt Lake. We're right in an urban area surrounded by 2 schools. And it's a farm, so Frog Bench Farms. It seemed very logical to us. When I was a kid, one of the adventures I had was going up to Brighton and with my mom and a bunch of her friends. And I had never seen tree frogs before. And they were these tiny little things. They were so adorable. So I had to take them home. I got a nice big pot, put a rock in there, some leaves and different things, and then water, and then a bunch of frogs. Put them in the back of the car, and we went home. There were no frogs left in the pot by the time we got home because there was no lid on the pot. We did have to get rid of that car. So but always being out in nature has been important to me. Playing in the dirt, being in the soil, walking through and just experiencing the smells and the flavors that you can scavenge out in wherever you are. When I was about 5, we purchased a ranch out at Kimball Junction, which many of you drove by. I wish you came up here, Black Angus Ranch. And for me, that was a gold mine. I could play with anything out there. I could get in the water, I could get, play with the cows. They were Black Angus, so they were huge compared to me. Loved them. But I also had Rocky Mountain spotted frogs up there, so I would take them home with me all the time to Salt Lake. I think that's why they're endangered up in this area, and we're doing our best to bring them back now. But when I was growing up, my grandmother would always tell me about my great-grandmother. She lived down on 7th East, and she could farm. She had a garden, and all of her neighbors had gardens. Some of them could grow different things, but they would all come together and be able to put together a perfect meal. And my grandmother always had a garden. My mom had a garden. My husband and I have always had some kind of a garden. And in 1999, it must have been a fortuitous time, I got the bug to really get into farming. I needed to get my hands in the dirt. And so we started looking for a piece of property. It was important for us that we be able to share this with kids. So we wanted a school by us. We ended up with 2 schools by us. And part of the fun of that is we do tours. When the kids come on site, they don't know what they're looking at. They're always surprised that, A, there's a farm right next door, but it's their joy in it, and they will ask questions, and they learn, so we get to share all of this that we do. Like tonight, some of the microgreens you're enjoying are from the farm. And the kids, when they would go to taste them, they would be very nervous about it and not want to do it, but eventually they would, and most of them liked it. And in fact, on some of these tours, it was a 9th grade class that came through for about 3 years, a health class. The bus driver, he was so enthralled with the farm. He said, I have always wanted to do this. This is such a meaningful thing to me. And he said, I never thought I'd see anything like this. And he did come and work on our farm for a while, and we were so happy to have him. Our neighbor, she would arrange her class, the whole grade. She arranged tours for them to come to the farm for 3 years. And I think she'll be a farmer one day. She's already got a garden set up in the backyard, and it's beautiful. But what we envisioned when we started our acre and a half, we had no idea what we were doing, what we were getting into, but we've loved it. And now we service 22 restaurants. We have secondary products, so everything we grow on site, we don't waste anything. It's either sold or we donate it to the U of U pantry for students so that they have fresh, healthy food to be able to eat, or to the Utah Food Bank if there's anything left. We take our product, we dry it, we make teas, and we share all these processes. When people come on site for a tour, we show them how they can do it, how they can go to the local hardware store and purchase all these things, so that we're sharing that education, sharing that ability for them to be able to create. Sustainability is also very important to us. So using everything that we have, keeping it on site, and moving it on to the next person. So we collect water. We, with our secondary product, we'll buy, if we don't have our value-added product, we will actually work with different local growers. We get sugar local, we get the butter local, all those things to make whatever products we're going from there. I'm trying to, but I'm losing my train of thought, sorry. But farming is just so important to us. We have a staff that, I don't know what we would do without them. We also, for sustainability, we give them a living wage. And that makes it even harder. You don't make money farming. You make it in other sides of the product. And I'm hoping one day that the farming world will be, hopefully this type of an event will help people understand and appreciate the hard work that goes into farming and how much fun we have doing it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're great. You're great.